Hello and welcome to the Bloom Room. Hi. I am Amy E. Reichert. I'm so excited to be here with my fabulous co-host Heather Webb and our amazing guest Vanessa Riley. Most recently, the author of The Island. It's not The Island. It's just Island Queen. And I have to read a little something for you because she got a stellar review from the New York Times. So I'm going to read you the very last sentence, which says, evocative and immersive, Riley's narrative bears that weight with grace. Discovering Dorothy's story is a singular pleasure. Could you ask for anything better? That's just
not really
amazing. So we're so excited to have you. You're an award-winning author of many, 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 many books. And we can't wait to hear more about the Island Queen. I keep wanting to say the Island Queen. It's just
well, there's only one Island Queen, right?
That's true.
I don't want to say the Island Queen, but it's just Island Queen.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. So welcome. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be here.
So we normally start with Poppy News, but we don't have a ton of Poppy News, except I have a launch next week.
Yay!
I'm going to be giving away some books, you guys. Some of our favorite Bloom Room guest audience that always comes. I'm excited. I'm giving away books. So that's the only Poppy News that I think we have this week.
Do you do a book release eve?
No, I don't, but do you?
Yes, you have to do book release eve where you just be annoying and overly, energized, and you just keep going on social media telling people it's 4 more hours before midnight.
Ooh, I like it.
Before midnight.
So would I annoy myself? That's the question. If I did the book release even like every hour, do you check your ratings and all that stuff every hour too?
No. That would drive you crazy, and no one updates on an hour now.
Well, that's true.
That kind of tells on me that I kind of do check but they don't update on the hour. So
No,
doesn't update. Amazon doesn't update.
No,
I can't find anything on Kobo.
No, Kobo is only like if you're in really, really high up, and you make like their top 200. Same with Apple. Again, I think I'm revealing that little bit.
No, we never look.
You literally never check your ratings.
It's all about the art.
Every day just to see how sad it is.
So we have to say hi to Trisha. She's one of our Hi Trisha. She's one of our tried and true that comes every week or most weeks when she can. Let's talk about books, ladies. What's everyone reading, or what do you recommend? Vanessa, do you have something that's been on your nightstand, or ooh, what is this? Okay,
it's not exactly my nightstand, but it's called my floor. So I'm in the middle of revision hell. So everything gets piled up, research books. And so this is the book. It's by Sunny Hostin. Yes, from The View. Summer on the Bluffs. So we've got a girl trying to get away up in the bluffs, and I think a little mystery and romance and all kind of fun stuff.
So bluffs, like as in California, or okay,
amazing.
That was a stab in the dark on my part.
Yes, that's good. It's Martha's Vineyard. Maybe not. Maybe not
Martha's Vineyard.
My bad.
So
my bad. The other bluffs.
Yeah, that's near me. That's not far from me. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks like, could it be more of a summer read cover?
Seriously, the bright pink and the ocean in the background.
I'm sure that's probably a house. It's probably her house on Martha's Vineyard. Who knows?
Sonny can afford it.
Very true. Very true. All right, what are you reading, Heather?
I am reading. I just got this in the mail, so I haven't even started it yet, but I love the cover. The People We Keep by Allison Larkin.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Right. Yeah, it's a nice title. There's all this foil, this gold. I don't know if you can tell. It's hard in this light, but they didn't spare any expense. And so do I know what it's about? I don't even. It's a woman who borrows her neighbor's car, and there's this big road trip, and she uncovers sort of past feelings about her life, and that's all I know. But I will get back to you when I know more. But I'm Allie is great. I love her other books, so I can't imagine that this one is going to be any different.
I agree.
What about you?
I am hoping to dive into the Bromance Book Club soon. So this is by Lyssa K. Adams, and this is the first of her bromance series. Her fourth one came out today. The fourth one is called Crazy Stupid Bromance. But the premise is this is a guy, his wife is unhappy in their marriage because he has never successfully satisfied her, so to speak. So he and his buddies decide they're going to read romance books to learn how to be better.
Oh.
And better lovers, better all of the above. And of course, it gets more involved than that. But I love the premise of this. So each book is a different guy in the Bromance Book Club. So the first one is Gavin, who is a major league, I think he's a baseball player, which I love too because I love baseball. So this has been on my list for a million years, and I cannot wait to dive in. And because her fourth book comes out today, I had to give it a shout out. So
I need to hear about this because I've been eyeing that. Even the title is yummy.
So it's funny. So good. And I was going to do an event with her. I was asked to do an event with her right before the pandemic started. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to work. And sure, everything got canceled and nothing happened.
But you think about that premise, you know, I'm thinking Major League Baseball player having a little problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's like, ooh.
I know, that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the idea about men reading romance. I think more men should do it. They could learn a thing or two.
They could.
Yeah, not gonna lie. Thought about slipping
Slipping under the pillow.
Subliminal messages.
That's right. Isn't that how they learn? Anyway, we're gonna get very sideways very soon. So do we want to talk about what we're drinking?
I think we need to back up and talk about Vanessa's book first.
You are right.
Yes, before we start drinking, that might be.
Yeah, because then we can talk about our theme, our island theme.
That is a better lead-in. Good
Vanessa,
idea.
tell us about your lovely release that the New York Times gave a glowing review of.
Oh, I love this cover.
Love this cover so much. I want to eat it with a spoon. It's gorgeous.
And that is actually a COVID miracle.
Really?
Yes. They were originally thinking of using a model from Montserrat, and they were getting it all getting it all worked out, and all of a sudden, no more studios, no more can see anybody, COVID everywhere. So they went a different direction, and I'm so happy because it just catches Dorothy, sophisticated, beautiful. But that look in her eyes, like she's
put it back up there.
Things, and she's about to get into some more trouble. So
you do not mess with this woman. Look at her; she knows a lot more than you know.
Oh yeah,
yes. So the story is about Dorothy Kerwin Thomas, who was enslaved. She was born enslaved, and literally is able to save money to buy her freedom and the freedom of her mother and her children. And then she goes on to build businesses across the West Indies, in Grenada, in Dominica, Barbados, and then the colony of Demerara, which is present-day Guyana, which is below the equator. So way down there. But she still travels to Europe, and in 1810, this is, so you remember we started enslavement, and we're talking about the cruelties and
wow,
all of the things that you are familiar with enslavement. But this woman rises up to, so in 1810 she's wealthy. She takes her grandkids to Scotland, her 18 grandkids.
Oh my gosh,
on a boat from Demerara to Scotland.
That is very ambitious. I don't care what era you're in. That is extremely ambitious.
But
that alone is a book.
This woman, she lived through crazy rebellions because, the world is in turmoil. You've got those darn Americans in their revolution. You got the French, copycats, they're doing their thing. You got the Haitians doing their, this world is all in complete chaos. And you have this woman who decides that she wants a seat at the table, that she wants to make sure her family is safe. And she goes through great lengths to do it. And once she has made her wealth, she wants her children's children to see the world that she's now opening up to them. So it's an amazing woman. I cannot believe the history reduced her to a paragraph in one book and a chapter in another, because she's absolutely phenomenal.
They do that a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So if she was so how did you do research since there's so little available?
Yeah. So it took 6 years to put all the pieces together.
I believe
But I literally found a cartoon circa 1788 of Prince William Henry in a hammock, lovingly caressing this Black woman. And for you guys, you know probably the cartoonist Gilroy. He's an ist. Any ist you can think of, sexist, misogynist, you just keep that list going. So when he draws women in his cartoons, he makes us look crazy, just haggard, all kind of bad features. But when he gets to draw a Black woman, he just does not hold back. He makes bulbous lips. I mean, he just goes for it, right? But in this particular cartoon, the woman is drawn beautifully.
Ooh.
So she's not part of the joke. She's part of the tattle. He's trying to tell the world, look what your prince, the Sailor King, Prince William Henry, is actually King William IV of England. This is what he's doing in the West Indies, because he was partying it up. And so literally, I followed the rich man. You follow the rich man, you find out what he's been doing.
There's a story. Yes.
And he got, because he's knocking up craziness in Jamaica. He actually wrecked a brothel in Jamaica, and he had to pay for it the next morning because his boys got so crazy and drunk. You find him all over the islands, and then you find him landing in Dominica, and he's changed. And then his other friends, because men gossip more than women, are writing in their diaries, "Oh, the prince is with that mulatto woman again. Oh, she's so beautiful," and all this sort of stuff. And then you find a snippet that says Prince William is dancing with Dorothy Kerwin at the mulatto ball. So I had a name, and then I just kept following her and put all the pieces together.
That's amazing.
It was so rewarding to do it, and it was also sad because she's freaking amazing.
But she's not forgotten anymore. She just made the New York Times.
She made the New York Times.
Cheers!
And she got optioned, so she'll be making a TV show.
That's amazing, Vanessa. You're killing it.
Can you
I'm
talk
trying.
about that at all?
I'm trying.
Can you talk about the option at all, or is it too?
Yes.
Okay.
It is now.
I didn't know anything about it.
It is all public now. So I had to sit on this for 6 months.
So what's the stage? Where is it in the stage, if anywhere?
So the Longboat Pictures.
Okay.
They actually were interested when the announcement, when William Morrow and my agent put the announcement that I had gotten contracted to write Dorothy's story. Different production houses, had inquired, but the book wasn't written. So my bad. It wasn't written. August of last year, the book was finished. We sent it to them, and Longboat came back, and they wanted it. And it was, their vision for it was amazing. And the negotiations took place. And most recently, Adjoa Ando, who does the audio book for Island Queen, she fell in love with the manuscript too, and so she signed on board as an executive producer.
That's amazing.
We're off to the races, boys and girls. Still lots of things have to happen, but we're off to some races.
And that's how it goes. But this will be perfect for something. Because it's not, any kind of story like that, when you have 18 grandchildren, you have a wide cast.
The hope is a television series of.
I agree. I think that.
I was just going to say the same. I feel like it has series potential. It's for sure.
For a movie.
Very rich. Yeah.
Yes. Because I wouldn't know how to. I had problems cutting it down to 150,000 words. So.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, when you're writing a true to life character, even if you're making up big portions of it, filling in the blanks, I should say, not making up.
Our educated guesses, you know, are just, you know.
Well, there's so much information, so you have to figure out what to leave out. I find that's sometimes the most difficult thing with historical fiction. You know, what do you leave out?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's probably why I like just straight fiction, where I can just make it all up.
Nothing wrong with that, girl. Nothing wrong with that. All in good fun too. So, is there something behind the scenes, Vanessa, that you like, a little anecdote, like while you were researching, did you come across something interesting? Did something happen you didn't expect? Or we always like a little juicy tidbit, funny, random, terrifying, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah. So I had researched this little bit about Ghanaian waist beads, right? So African culture, sort of like, they're like, you know, pearls, like, so, you know, like your mom passes down pearls and things like that. In Africa, particularly in Ghana, they would pass down these waist beads, and I wanted to use that little factoid. And so I was actually WhatsApping with Adjoa, and she was like, "So what tribe?" What do you mean, what tribe? And she goes through this list, and I was like, let me get back with you. And so I had to do some more research, and we narrowed it down. But that's how invested she was in making sure everything is as accurate as possible.
That's really wonderful, because that doesn't happen that often. I'm here to tell you. So that's really great.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good.
And I WhatsApped with her.
And what did you say? I missed it.
I WhatsApped with her. You did a little.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, that's cool.
So there you go. There's your tidbit.
Love it. So because the book is set in the Caribbean, obviously, West Indies, African West Indies, I guess is what they called it back then, right? Amy and I had to do a little theming, and you did a little theming too, Vanessa. We have our sort of island fare. We have our island beverages. Vanessa, show us your island beverage. Tell us about it.
Yay!
So this is a soursop cocktail. It is made with soursop or guanabana juice, which is kind of like strawberry banana mixed kind of fruit. It's one of those fruits that's like, who decided to try it to see if it wasn't poisonous? I just want to know. Who.
Yes.
Who did that?
Just like those giant the jackfruits. Have you seen those jackfruits? It's an alien egg. It's a spiky alien egg.
Oh, that looks like good eats.
Right.
Durian, like, is it durian that smells so horrible?
Yes, it's nasty.
Who decided that they should eat that? Bad.
So you have a very scary looking fruit in your beverage.
Yes. But you kill it with enough beef eaters, and it's all good.
So a little bit of gin, a little guanabana, and then some curacao. You said
curacao.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, which is blue, but it's actually an orange liqueur. I used to be a bartender. It helped put me through college. So yes, love it.
Blue and saucy, very nice.
Amy, what's your tropical beverage?
So my tropical beverage is a guava berry colada, which is a pina colada, but it is, instead of just rum in it, it is mixed with guava berry liqueur, which is native to St. Martin. And we went there on a vacation once, and I became hooked on this so much that I had to bring a bottle home so I could bring a little bit of the island home with me. But it has sort of a fun, it has almost an herbal, like spice, cinnamony kind of undertones to it. But they have it, it's like a big thing to have on the holidays. And then they just, of course, decided to add them to pina coladas, because why not? And
yours, it looks like you have chopped ice in there.
Well, it's
frozen.
Yeah, it's a pina colada with the guava berry and rum in it instead of just rum.
So you kind of blended it.
Ingredients, and it's blended with ice.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. And I, of course, made way too much, so my husband got some, and then I had put the leftovers in here, and yeah.
She chose one big glass and another giant glass with the storage unit, the backup storage unit for her backup beverage.
Correct. Because I don't understand scale.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's how
I'm sadly lacking tonight. I just have a French rosé, which is very nice, but I did the island. I had to put on a little fun flair.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love the earring.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
So, okay, since we're talking about earrings, when Amy and I first decided to do the Bloom Room, I said, we can't see anything because we're, mid-chest up. So, and I have all this hair, and if you could very easily see nothing. And I said, well, I'm going to just get some earrings. So the week before we opened the show, I had $400 worth of earrings in my Macy's cart online and was like, maybe I'm just going to sit on this overnight. I'd had a little bit of wine and I thought, So I texted Amy and I said, I picked out all these fun earrings for the Bloom Room. And this was one of the pairs. And she was like, oh, awesome, blah, blah. And then I sent her a screenshot of the shopping cart. She was like, oh my God, $400. Scale it back.
Ooh.
Scale it back. So luckily I went to bed that night without purchasing any.
Very good.
I canceled that whole cart. And then like a week later, I bought $200 worth of earrings somewhere else. So did I learn my lesson?
$4.
I don't know. I did. I saved $300, but does that count? I don't know. But here I am. I have good tropical earrings now.
They're lovely. They're lovely. So Amy saved you at least $200.
I did.
And this was not a wasted purchase.
No, you've been getting a lot of use out of your funny earrings. I just look at whatever's closest and toss them in.
Which you mostly can't see, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you really can't even see mine. Mine are actually earrings I got. They're here, I'll take one off so you can see it. They're actually a Caribbean stone.
Oh, yes. What is that called? That's
an opal?
No, it's like Larimar, Lam.
That's really it's not rare, but it's rarer than some things.
But it's kind of specific to the Caribbean. So
yes, I need to look that up because it's not that easy to find beautiful pieces of that.
It's beautiful.
Yes, when I was informed, when I saw that it was a Caribbean book, I'm like, I am in because it's one of my favorite places in the world to go.
Love it.
We're just trying to figure out which island is our favorite at this point.
There's so many to choose from.
I know. Do you have a favorite?
I have to go with Trinidad and Tobago. That's where my father's from, and the waters are beautiful. I was planning to go to Barbados to see the white beaches, but something called that doggone COVID.
It ruined everything.
Took away everything.
Do you have plans to go back though? Or are you looking at next year?
Yes, I'm just waiting for the vaccines to be really distributed in some of these countries.
Oh, yeah, that'd be helpful.
Take the vaccines that people here don't want and give them to places that do want them. Make that work.
Somebody named it.
Oh, there we go, Larimar. Thank you.
Kate's on it. She's very good.
Excellent, excellent. Either Googling skills or wealth of knowledge.
No, Kate's she's our Google librarian for the Bloom Room.
Excellent.
Thanks. Anyway, she didn't know that.
Well, it's really great to have you, Vanessa, and we're very excited to see your book on the screen. Please keep us updated about that.
Well, before we go, I need to talk to her about her historical romances.
Please do. Yes, let's hear it.
It didn't click until I was reading your bio today that you are the same Vanessa Riley who did the Earl, the Girl, and
Toddler,
and the Duke and the Lady.
Duke, the Lady, and the Baby.
And I had seen, historical romance is my, happy place. I never want to write it because I don't want to do the research. Because especially since as you know, as a historical writer, those readers are very particular and they want the facts. I, as a reader, don't really care about the facts. I want all the romance that goes with it. So I'm very excited to pick those up because I saw them everywhere and now I have added incentive to get them because they look just delightful. And I've been seeing a lot of wonderful things. So I don't know if you want to give a little blurb or a little shout out about them.
Well, absolutely. So this is the Rogues and Remarkable Women's series.
Great.
The genesis is a secret society of widows who are going against the patriarchy. They are breaking into buildings. They're doing whatever they need, you know, going undercover, masquerading, everything to get evidence to defeat the systems that have defrauded widows. They've lost children, some lost their fortunes. And so each one of the books typically centers on a haphazard guardian / father, you know, and I think it's just so adorable. These nice burly men with these little babies and toddlers and stuff like that. It's just so cute. They have issues, you know, all of them have issues. And you have this woman who's on a mission. In the first book, Patience needs to figure out how her husband died. Because there are entanglements with his will, who gets the fortune, even custody of her son is at risk. In an Earl, the girl, and a toddler, you have a woman with amnesia, and she's got to decide who she wants to be. Does she need to find out who she is? Which could, you know, finding that out, she was married to somebody who was a slave owner in the West Indies. Was she willingly participating in these acts? She doesn't know. She has amnesia, and you know that could be a problem. You know, since
that could be, it complicates things.
Since she's kind of crushing on a black girl. So,
Vanessa, I love that you take sort of the romance tropes, which are important. Like that, it's not. You hate to use the word trope because it's negative, but it's really sort of more of the romance outline, if you will, that you live by. And then you sort of blow them up halfway. You know, you add in this really fresh and realistic element without losing any of the fun, sassy, historical romance kind of stuff. Yeah, those titles. I like that you spun it with children too. Like they don't, no historical romance has that in it. I mean, it's very, very, very rare to find them.
Yes, and most of the times, you know, they're the accessory, right? Here's my reticule and my baby, right?
My bastard child, or my
Or I have a secret baby that I'm not going to tell my estranged husband about, and then he's going to come back and find the baby, and we're going to fall in love again.
And it's literally never on. It is never on screen.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so you get these situations where these men want to be fathers. They you know, the Duke the Duke of Repington, he's hard charging from the field. He's a wounded military man, and his new mission is now to raise this baby to be a man. And so he's going in with gusto. And you know, I think, you know, all books can't have children in them, but if you're going to have children in them, they need to be part of that story, and they don't need to weigh down. It's another thing that the parents have to balance, because you've got a kind of romancing the entire family, sort of that aspect. But you come for the romance. You might leave with more education because I can't help myself. But you're going to leave. You come in for the romance. You want the joy. You want the fun, and that's what you're going to get.
It's funny the education, because like we'll be someplace and I will. Oh, I'm having echo. I'm sorry if there's echoing further.
That's better. It went away.
Okay. But my husband would be like, "Wow, where did you learn that?" I'm like, "Historical romance. It teaches me things." Just the saucy stuff.
Yes.
I learn a lot of things. I learn a ton from my historical romances. So that's why I read them, for the education.
Exactly. There's one more book in that series that'll come out next year, and it's got a slightly title change.
Okay.
So it's a Duke, a spy. No, a Duke, a spy, an artist, and a lie.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. So I will be snapping those up very soon. Yes, they sound amazing. And
and we have some links, you guys, in the comments to find Vanessa's books if you're looking for them. There's we have Lexi came in and posted those for you. So definitely check those out.
Yes. And Lexi, we're so happy you're here. And I saw your comment. And yes, secret baby for the win. I love the secret baby trope. And she's absolutely right. In romance, tropes are not a bad word. It's all about, like, there are certain tropes that people like.
And
Tropes that people like, and that's how you find your books.
Yeah.
So they're just, it's just another way. To me, it's another term for a subgenre.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, we are out of time officially. Vanessa, you are wonderful. I cannot wait to dive into all of your books, historical and historical romance alike. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, guys.
This is my night's read.
Look at her book bragging.
I am totally bragging. Thank you, Vanessa.
Bye.
Tonight. Bye.
Bye.